We are live, folks. So again, voice crack. So again, we are doing quite the amount of live streams this weekend, especially like during this week. I am really just testing out and finding out whatever streaming times are like the most beneficial. And what better way than to just do this pretty much all day, every day? If anyone would kind of think to himself like, hey, does this guy even have a life? The answer is no. I do not. And I don't mind it. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, and bear with me because I kind of just want to share this one as much as I possibly can. We are live talking Solana, talking NFTs. Boom. There we go. Let me just share this one a little bit, right? I do have some interesting news because I actually did something earlier this morning. So yeah, let's see. Don't mind me just sharing this shit around for a little bit. Again, at the end of the day, let's just get as many people in as we possibly can. All right, let's see. So yeah, I mean, what a time to be alive, right, folks? So you know what? Interestingly, we're seeing some consolidation within NFTs, some more than others, right? SMB still up. Famous Foxes finally had some kind of a correction after what? Going straight up for, over 100%, right? I mean, as long as you're making higher lows, I do not mind. I'm bullish. I got a moderator for a certain NFT group telling me maybe I should have 2 segments, one for blue chips and one for other finds. Maybe I would. You know what? At the end of the day, guys, what I would like people to do, Stex, appreciate you coming in, repping DGOTS, right? The more you guys would tell me what you would like to learn more about within NFTs, right? The better I can fill this gap, right? So if there's anything you guys would like me to cover, just let me know. My forte definitely One sec. I got like a shit ton of people reaching out to me. But yeah, I am specialized in Solana NFTs, right? That is my forte. So you know what? Like the good shit. Hey brother, what's up? Appreciate you. So I got like someone basically reaching out to me right now to do a trade on a Utes. And since I got like a bunch of these MFers, right? Like I don't mind helping people whatever they want to get within my portfolio. Just like a word of caution there, really. I am a collector, right? You're not going to get my shit for cheap. I've had like people absolutely fucking crying, losing their minds because I promised them like, hey, this, yeah, I mean, like I'm up to trade anything as long as it makes sense, right? It should make sense to like both parties, really. What's up? Good shit. But obviously, like I'm not gonna get like any of my precious NFTs away for free. We can talk about anything and everything, but like it needs to make sense for both parties, right? And I mean, like, kind of goes without saying. So yeah, DGOT's chart, please. Well, let's go to the DGOT's chart then, and like afterwards, I'll show you guys what I acquired earlier this day. I mean, what do you want me to say about this one, right? I do not think that DGOT's is anywhere. You know what? Before like I get too bullish on like these kind of things, right? Probably if you are a trader, investor, collector who has less risk appetite, then you might want to wait for a higher low to set in, right? That's either this breaking out here, but I kind of feel that it would make sense to like see this one as like the true line. And I will also tell you guys why. One sec, guys, like I am getting a shit ton of messages. Yeah, I mean, so if you're looking at this chart, right? Again, I'm no financial advisor. I don't know. I'm a autistic fuck who likes cats. Would I be happy with floor? No. Nah, dude, I know you're listening to this one, right? Of course, I'm not happy with floor. I'm happy to go like 10% above the floor. I kind of feel that makes sense. I need to collateralize and I need to get like a new floor myself. So if we can have like 10% above the floor price, I think that's really reasonable. Anyways, so when you're looking at this chart, what I kind of feel as like a autistic fuck who just likes cats and likes to collect NFTs, right? I kind of feel that the only reason why this would be kind of trippy is because of this one. Right now, there's an argument to be made that this would be the better version of that. Even then, we would be kind of breaking out right here, right now. But in my experience, I do kind of feel that you just want to have like as many touching points as you possibly can have. 1, 2, 3. I'd way rather have 3 over 2. So that's why I kind of feel like this is like the way to go. And this is your breakout. And you know what? Let me give me 1 second. To kind of prove my point, like this is kind of when you have like the start of the next life cycle, right? I do not expect we're gonna see like new highs against the native currency being what's it called? Solana. But I do kind of feel that it would make sense for us to actually like start like the move up. And I am going to like give you guys some kind of a comparison. Let's see. So if you would compare, let's say, DGOTs right now. Here's the DGOT chart. Wait. Here's the DGOT chart, right? It kind of looks like this, in my opinion. And again, I am just like a slightly autistic fuck who likes to collect NFTs, and like that's my specialty. But when you're looking at this, I think the structure really looks similar to this one. So if people basically ask me like, hey, like why are you so bullish on NFTs right here, right now? I kind of feel like this is the kind of bottoming structure like the dreams are made of, if you will, right? That's my 2 cents on that. And I believe like we are right on the verge of breaking out. We've seen this shit being absolutely destroyed against the US dollar. Would it be so crazy for us to do this? I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't. I think like even like if shit would get really crazy, you could get something like this, challenging the old highs. And I know that people are going to be like, well, yes, but remember, like NFTs are never going back. You have like so many back holders, yada yada yada. You also have like a bunch of people who basically scooped up the bottom, right? And sure, I'm telling you, like that's why I think it would make a whole lot of sense for us to have like lower highs against Solana. Say something like this. Something like this. higher or equal highs against the US dollar. What do you want me to say, guys? Like, this is just my 2 cents on these things. I think like we're more so like bottoming than topping. I think like if you'd ever want to do this shit, now would be the time. But hey, like that's kind of not what like this channel is about, right? Like I prefer to just like highlight the collectability of things, really. And rather than saying like this is good, you should do X, Y, Z. See for yourself. I know, like whenever like any asset would kind of look like this, I'd way rather be like a buyer than a seller, really. I don't care about like the FUD. I don't care about like sentiment being down. Like whenever sentiment is up, like you're gonna pay the price for it, really. What do you feel like sentiment was when it was trading like this, right? Food for thought and up to you, but I kind of feel that you want to like scale in here to basically be a baller here. Maybe I'm delusional, but like that's it for me. Anyways, I do want to share something which is like kind of cool in my opinion. What is it called? This is a new one. I'm just gonna like give you guys like a word of caution here though. Like I've always also like heard some rumors on hacks which are not necessarily the best, but I've also had like great experiences with the founder. Kind of a gamble, but you know what? At the end of the day, when charts are looking like this versus the US dollar, it's a nice little, like, I mean, like if you're ever gonna take a punt at this shit, right? I kind of believe this might be like a good idea. So basically what would it look like if I'm wrong, right? Probably something like this. But then again, I am bullish on NFTs. So if I'm bullish on NFTs and I like the art, I think buying yourself like a 1 out of 1 for what, 7x floor price is a very, very, very sweet deal. So yeah, but you know what? And like this is like the fact of the matter, guys. I don't believe like many of like the blue chips NFTs have like too many bag holders or people desperately looking to get out. I do feel like there's like quite a big community of people still actually getting themselves into NFTs, right? Like there's like plenty of reasons to prefer your digital art over physical art, right? Like you don't need to have like your physical contact with regard to negotiation. You don't need to physically be present, right? Like I can buy or sell to or from anywhere in the world. Mr. Champ, appreciate you tuning in yet again, brother. I think, right, I mean, these things do not fucking deteriorate. You don't need like PSA to create your piece of art, which I think like is a huge advantage, right? both on like the fraud side as well as on the part where it's just like fucking inconvenient, right? Like, I don't want like a third party to basically authenticate like the legitimacy and the state of my asset. And I kind of feel like it kind of sucks to have that as somewhat of a limitation there, right? I'm obviously like drawing comparisons with like PSA grading for Pokemon cards. At the end of the day, like I do kind of feel that NFTs are like a lot faster with transactional behavior. And I also believe we are getting only more digital as we go on. And I also believe that if I were to show you guys my Pokemon card collection, I'll be like, hey, look at this, guys. And instead of that, I'm quite literally just like showing you a picture of the art on screen. How about that for convenience, right? To anyone who's not really into like NFTs, right? Probably not too many, but you always have like these people choking on, hey, I stole your NFT by like right-clicking, copy and save the NFC, right? Like I stole it. First off, you can also copy a holofoil Charizard. Plus, like, it's not really the case because at the end of the day, like, you can quite literally just like see at the contract address whether this is real or not. So again, like, unless you would have like a vastly different opinion in the way of you actually preferring to have physical assets, right? Who am I to judge? But at the same time, who's there to judge my personal preference when it comes down to like digital collectibles over physical collectibles? And fact is, I don't give a rat's ass about physical collectibles. I don't. Suck it. Right? So yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of it in that sense, man. Like, that's kind of my idea why I think they have an edge. I also believe, like, if it's just for flexing purposes, if you will, right? If I want to flex wealth, status, whatever, being very digital, I think like you're having a way better way more convenient time flexing your digital collectibles more so than a Rolex watch, for example, right? If you'd have like a Bored Ape, then it's quite easy to show off your Bored Ape. So yeah, having said that, if anyone in the chat feels like, hey, can you have like a look at this one? Like, what's your opinion on this one? I want to grow like the quality of these streams, right? That's the first. If there's anything in particular you guys would like me to have a look at, let me know. If you want to call me out on my shit, let me know. I want to make this as fun, engaging, whatever, as I possibly can. So, I mean, that's kind of it for now, right here. So, anyways, hacks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. This one is like a little bit tricky, right? Like, this is some huge consolidation, and we're breaking down. So I kind of, the gamble I've been taking is like, this shit here should save us, combined with like this, I guess like that's a doji or hammer or whatever. If not, then we're gonna see this, and we would actually like see these kind of low slows. But then again, like at the end of the day, you gotta buy it for the art, right? And also, I kind of believe that there's going to be like an art upgrade. There was going to be an art upgrade. Thoughts on hacks 1095? Well, let's see. 1095. Are you listening it for still, Mr. Champ? I think it looks good. Let's put it like that. I think, like, to be honest with you, like, I'm just like a sucker for 1-out-of-1 NFTs. And I do kind of feel like this is good. Flex listed. Well, there you go. How about flex delisted? No, I think like this is really good. I also kind of feel that, just me being real, right? It's really dependent on whatever rogues are going to do in the coming while, right? If rogues are going to be doing extremely well, let's say if like rogues will be like the next SMB, and this one is probably going to be like extremely well. But if it would somewhat fade into obscurity, then it probably would be like something like, if not like the worst one, right? The OK Bears is kind of easier in that sense because like they have more history, right? And like this is no like knock on rogues. I like rogues. I think like Degen Founder is cool. I appreciate the guy. But yeah, with new what's it called? With new projects, there's always like some risk in that sense, right? And same goes for this one, and same goes for this one. But I don't know. It's cool. It's a 1-out-of-1, but like it's tied to a new collection as well. I think that makes sense. But yeah, fact is, like, better to have this one other than like any other within the collection, which is not a 1-out-of-1. And like that's just like the thing though, right? Like I don't think, no matter how good or bad, well, let's say how bad rogues would be performing, a 1-out-of-1 shall always outperform the other one. But let's say hypothetically, right? Like if hacks would have like a DGOT 1-out-of-1, which one will be more convenient, right? And that's kind of what you gotta measure it with. But yeah, I mean, interesting spot we're at with NFTs, right? Guys, just so you know, right? I think like NFTs should be popping off sometime soon, right? Again, this is quite literally, if you just like follow the thesis with me, this is basically, let's say like the pattern was the same, and this is going to be your target within like the 0786 and the 0.5, and within DGOTs that would be quite fucking high, not gonna lie. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. Like, this does not look like a bottom, right? Or like does not look like a top, right? I would not be surprised if this shit just would start marching up like so violently. To be honest with you guys, what would a 5x be versus Solana? As a first target. I mean, like, I've called this, this is interesting, right? Like this kind of confluence, because I always called like the 25 to 35 level as like your first target for DGOTs. And I think, right, unless if this shit is going to zero, but like so far we haven't reached zero quite yet. Like a post like I've said earlier, right? Like if NFTs were supposed to not be a thing anymore, then why are they still a thing? And the reason why is, in my opinion, quite simple, is because there's still an audience for that. So yeah, anyways, like I think like this should be like rather easy, man. I'm not letting go of DGOTs at this level. Like, are you kidding me? Especially after the double fucking capitulation, right? Capitulation against Solana. This is like a 2-year long fucking capitulation. And then with Solana capitulating lately, I think like this is, I mean, like, other than like if it's just not your fucking cup of tea, right, and you're like, hey, like I kind of feel like a bozo retard for getting into NFTs, then don't. But like, you know what, like to me, like it's my biggest hobby out there. So yeah, anyways, like that's my 2 cents on that. Interestingly, right, some big things happened recently within like the ordinals ecosystem. I think it was Bitcoin puppets, to where some guy just swept 100 of them. And I do know that, like, obviously this looks a little different, right? But what we've seen like earlier as well with like these kind of bigger movements happening, right? It kind of ebbs and flows into like several ecosystems, right? So when you had people sweeping the ETH banks, it started off like the little bull rally within here, within Solana as well. And we are starting to see like some momentum. I mean, like this is definitely like impulsive, even if it would be one guy. What do you reckon would happen, right? Like, do you think like we're just gonna go down again? Which is possible. I just don't think it's likely. So yeah, I mean, like, this is where other people might say like smart money is buying. I mean, like, we'll see whether that turns out to be smart money, right? But like hindsight 2020, if this would be the bottom, then obviously in hindsight it would be considered smart money. If this were to be a dying asset, then it's retarded money. Again, I don't mind being called a retard. My name is Cat Guy, for fuck's sakes, right? I am bullish at the bottom at a industry which I believe is going to be absolutely one of the most hated rallies within mankind even. Who knows? So yeah, I mean, like, that's my 2 cents on it, folks. So so I had like someone reaching out for me to the Ute on a Ute, and basically I have like a bunch of these MFers, right? I think Utes are going to absolutely melt faces. Oh, well. I think like it was like a I think like it's a DGOT's team member, right? I mean, this one, I mean, guys, how bullish do you want to be, right? Like, you have like a team member within like the DGOT's team, and obviously like the team of DGOT's and Utes is the same team, right? Even though like Utes are not getting the love they should be getting. Let's just call it like it is, folks. This one isn't good. Like, it's fucking good. Like, it really is as clean of a Ute you'll get. The nouns together with the color block halo. I think like the color block halos is very, very, very underappreciated to begin with. But these guys are like buying them at like these kind of prices, right? 5 Solana, 5x the floor. I mean, I kind of feel that Utes will print like some kind of a fucking fuck you candle anyway sometime soon. That's what I would like assume, really. And probably rather sooner than later. Very similar pattern as well, right? You see this, boom. I mean, if you would assume that, I mean, even if you would not assume that this is a deviation, objectively this shit has broken out, right? And anyone who's going to be like, who cares? TA doesn't work on NFTs. I mean, like, I don't give a shit. Like, maybe you should like do your TA better, right? But it works on anything in life. Let's just call it like it is. If you would not long like these kind of setups, right? Like being a trader, then what would you long, really? SR flips, I guess, like waiting for like a new high or something and buying the confirmation on that one. But at the end of the day, like, you might as well just like buy your shit cheap. And I kind of feel, and again, no financial advice, I'm not qualified and I'm autistic. I do kind of feel though, like sooner or later I would expect you to like instantly teleport to what, easy 7 Solana, 6 Solana, 7 Solana. What would that look like on the US dollar chart? Let's see. Not saying we're gonna get there overnight, right, folks? And again, I'm not saying anything to begin with. Something like this. I mean, what if, right? What if you would just like do this? Could be slightly retarded right now, but why not? Why not? I mean, like, if anything, right? Like the thing which kind of tickles my pickle, if you will, the fact that like we have like team members sweeping this shit for like 4x the floor price. I just said in like the Diga chat, team members at 4x floor sweeping at 4x floor prices as bullish as I mean, I should sleep more. Team members sweeping at 4x the floor price is as bullish as it'll get, folks. Which is true, but like then again, like guys, like this is a good one. I have Stex DMing me, great stream. I appreciate you tuning in to begin with. Having said that, I appreciate quite literally fucking everyone who's giving up their time to basically join me in the stream. I hope you like it. Feel free to make it more engaging, interactive. I want to do this to like the best of my abilities, and who knows, right? Like we might make this grow. I do kind of feel like it's fair to say that this is probably not prime time. Like this is 12 o'clock in the Eurozone, which would be like a tad later in like Asia, Oceania, and the rest of the world. I do think like most of like the people are the American though, right? Anyways, we gotta serve all people, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, like anyways, I'm not gonna like stop yapping about this one, guys. If one would sweep 50 NFTs, that will make the floor price go up by nearly 2x. 70 Solana right here, right now is what? 6K? Maybe a tad bit more. Anyone jumping into the, I mean, it doesn't take like a whole lot, right? It does not take a whole lot of interest to basically get some people back, right? Or like to get like some price action moving. And also like one thing people should take into account, right? Like is, well, Cat, the problem with NFTs is that you can always make more NFTs. I kind of feel like that way about like meme coins as well, right? To begin with, I also believe that because of that, not too many real players are entering the market right now. So like right now you're in kind of a luxury position to where you see like a very, very, very clear track record of teams which are active, which are developing shit, right? Like whether you like the art or whether you dislike the art. I think there's quite some teams or like brands to choose from. I think like you just gotta be like really curious about like these fucking teams popping up out of the blue, and basically and basically just like having this mint, right? Like I don't want to. So I saw like this other youth mint like popping up, and I kind of called them out a little bit. Let me see. So basically, like why it matters, right? Like it was what's the rejected youths or something like that, and like the art actually looks good. I asked the team like, hey, like are you guys like the same team as Elisa back in the day, which was like very similar to that in DGOTS, but like if so, I mean they only liked my question, they did not interact with it at all. But if those guys are like the same ones, I'm not gonna touch that shit with like a fucking 10-foot pole, I'll tell you that. Those fuckers like made me lose quite some funds. So yeah, always be like very careful with like derivative NFTs, man. You might as well just like spend like a little bit more and just like go for like the real ones, like the ones you've heard about, or like the ones you know that have like a good roadmap, etc., or have proven themselves over time in whatever way, shape, or form. But then again, why not go just for like the blue chip ones? Because like in my opinion, right, like there's something to be said about a team which would have this much I mean like a team which would have like survived like the bear market to begin with, right? And even though, I mean, like, let me just like shield my own backs for 2 seconds, guys. Even though Frank fucked off, right, which kind of sucks, right? Like many people, like I made like the comparison like earlier on DGOTS versus MATLABs, right? And someone asked me like, hey Cat, what do you prefer, DGOTS or MATLABs? I prefer DGOTS. This is my personal preference. There's nothing to argue about. I think extremely highly of MATLABs. I think they're one of the blue chips, arguably the blue chip. And I mean, like, let's just call a spade a spade. They did not have a CEO who fucked off to basically start vibe coding, right? That's kind of what it is. But even though I still like DGOTS a lot more than MATLABs because of the community, because of the art. That's me. That's my personal opinion. People within like the DGOTS community start losing their minds over this shit. For me to basically attack MATLABs, I mean, like, come on, just like stop crying, really. And when it comes down to me attacking DGOTS, guys, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm quite deep into fucking DGOTS. If anyone feels like it's wrong to say that the CEO fucked off, cry more. I don't care. It is what it is. I'm still investing in this one. It has to do with like the community, and let's see if like the team basically would use some kind of momentum to basically step up at some point. But let's also not forget, right? Like they've also have stepped up. If you would check out right now, they have like their Dusty's raffle going on. Just quite a lot of fun, right? Like I happen to win this one lately. I think it's fun. Basically, based on batched trades, you can collect tickets, and with those collected tickets, you can enter a raffle. And there's quite some cool fucking collectibles with that. I think this is great. This is a whole lot more than a lot of other NFTs, which basically halted all transactions, right? Well, the transactions which halted activities. I mean, like, if I really want to like throw shade, right? That's going to be, I mean, like, the reason why I got into NFTs to begin with. To be honest with you, was because of Lily NFT. And you guys might find this interesting or not. I still really like the art on this one. I really do. I also believe that the original founder is an absolute fucking retard who basically kind of just like felt depressed at some time, kind of decided for himself, like, you know what, guys? He kind of fucking like slipped over in banana peel and stopped business activities. Then at some point, it got the IP rights got transferred to Rain, which is, I mean, let's see, X.com. I believe like he's the founder of, what the fuck are those things? Fuddies on Sui. I mean, just look at the activity, and like that's kind of self-explanatory as well. I mean, like, it's so bad. They basically either bought or received fucking the Lily IP rights and then never did anything with it. And I mean, like, I'm not going to lie, it kind of sucks because, you know what? I was like quite a big whale on this one. I still have like 1 out of 1. And they just halted business activity. So like, what do you want me to say? Like, yeah, it's the real world to where like people feel bad and they just like stop whatever they're doing. And I mean, like, yeah, shame on me for holding a shit, right? But also like shame on you for yourself, shame on you yourself for just being a bitch and stopping whatever the fuck you were doing, right? Having said that, though, like the art on this one is really good. What I really like about it is that, in my opinion, this is some of like the best male-female art. There's not too much female art around in general. I think these are fun. I've asked this team to basically step up like a bunch of times, and I never ever receive like anything of substance with that one. So yeah, I mean, like, how dead do you want something to be, right? Like, it's always possible that everything is going to be similar to this, right? And even though like it broke out, like it did not break out with like any volume whatsoever. Just time happened. So yeah, I mean, like, this shit might shoot up as well. Don't know, don't care. You'll see projects probably like this, like grifting, once NFT season would come back, right? You will probably see like the team slipping over banana peel once they start like receiving their royalties again, and then like resume activities or whatnot. That's not kind of what I want to do. Like, I want to be like advocating about like collecting like these awesome digital collectibles with like the teams which are still around, where the communities are active. I think like that's where the money is, and by like where the money is, like that's where your interest should be. Because like, fact is, there's not a whole lot of money in NFTs until like things would actually like switch up a little bit. So yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of it. I think like this is kind of gonna be it for me as well. Like, I'll definitely like return at least one time, but like probably 2 to 3 times. Again, like, I really want to improve upon like the way I'm streaming, etc., etc. I want to like test out whenever it makes like the most sense to actually let me see. So yeah, I'm just gonna like test around and try it out. Right now they're like 36 viewers, which is, I mean, like, it's quite good, right? But like at the same time, I've had like 200 at some point, like earlier this week. So don't mind me. I'm going to try to make it like as interesting as possible. Yeah, I mean, like, for now, that's kind of it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back later. I'm not sure at what time I'll be back, and hope to see you later. Cheers.